What's up, everyone? This is the Fraser podcast, back with Uncle Blaiso, the Canadian Umpire of the Year. We took a long hiatus, multiple things where it's my doldrums of sports just fucking sucking, and Blaze's Patriots not ending the way we wanted, and well, he wanted anyways. And then just life. It's been a busy couple months. But we're back. We're going to talk sports, world news,
Oh boy.
and just everything. I mean, we have so much to unpack. So much happened in the world since we podcasted last.
I don't know. I haven't really kept up. I don't really know what's going on.
Well, I mean, we can get right into the first one. We'll start with the NFL, but then we're going to leave NFL and come back to a little bit of world news and other things, right. and a bit more with some NFL. But speaking of the Patriots, let's dive right into the news of the time. Dianna Russini.
Oh, no.
My God. And is it Dianna or Diane? Dianna, right?
Dianna, yeah.
Yeah, Dianna Russini. Your coach.
Yeah.
Just cheating allegations, and I don't know where to start. Yeah. I don't know where we start. I've got a lot of good. I got some points. Well, let me get one. It's going to be not great for the women's side, but I'm going to bring it back around. It's going to be great for the women's side. So this is the most female, like, gossipy. Women are turning on women. Like, I don't know if you saw, but this Chrissy or whatever she is from the USA Today was like, she's bringing women down, and she's just like, all these women are going at her. She deserves it. Yeah. And I'm like, this is like, just a second you just flip on your girl like that. Like, there's no girl code. Yeah. There's no guys are going after Vrabel. No one's like tweeting, oh, I always know he's a scumbag. Like, no, like, why are you just... And I get that, sure, it's not great, like, journalistic integrity. She reports on the fucking NFL. Like, can we slow down a minute? She's not, like, CIA plans. She reports training camp stories and sideline news.
She's not giving away country secrets.
No, like, let's just hit the pause button here. Like, and my main thing is, like, why can't she be a hoe? Like, women, why can't women, what kind of double standard is this? You're telling me the majority, a ton of NFL players are being hoes. But the one time a woman does? The one time a woman does is like, oh my God, we can't have this. I'm just like, the double standard for women is insane. And the fact they're all just attacking her. And I feel bad. This shouldn't have, like, let her be a hoe. Like, guys are hoes. The one time a woman is a hoe and is news, she's fired or, let go, whatever. So I just don't get it. I feel bad.
Wow.
Your girl Beetle.
Starting off with a bang. Hey, we are starting off with a bang.
Yeah, literally with a bang.
You totally nailed it though about the man and women thing, because everyone, like, all the guys are like, oh, you know what? Like, Dianna Russini actually is sneakily kind of hot now when you really think about it. See what we're able to see in. But for sure, the women are they're all over and they're attacking her. And it's like, well, I don't know, man. Like, some of people's private lives.
And, like,
I think that's
Michelle,
between, like, him and his family and her family. I don't know what's going on there, but
no,
who knows? Maybe they're not together. I don't, like, no one's come out and said anything on any of their relationships. So I don't know what's happening.
Well, and Michelle Beadle, your girl. I mean, everyone likes Michelle Beadle. She blasted all the women who are anti-Russini. She's like, I know everything about you. Whenever I write a book, trust me, I'll be coming at you. Like, you guys can't throw stones, blah, blah, blah. Just
I love it.
And I'm just like, have some, I'm sure 30%, 50%, 20%, 60% of people are cheating on their spouses. And, like, this is where we draw the line. And it's like, hey, knock, knock, knock. Who's there? The president of the United States is, like, cheating. He's actually known he had to pay hush money. He's been in settlements, and we're not going to get political one-sided. I'm just saying the president of the United States can cheat, but
it goes back to the presidents too. Yeah, remember?
Bill Clinton. Actually, at least Bill Clinton got fired. But it's just like, but Dianna Russini can't have an affair, and oh my God.
I don't know. So I think the funniest part about that whole thing for me is the people, or all the stuff that people have dug up that she said about her husband in the past. Just like,
That's right.
he's just an average dude, man. Like, I would talk about him more if there was something special about him. And the poor guy now is just like, gotta be thinking, oh,
Yeah.
it was funny before, but now, like, this is a pretty tough week for old husband Russini. That's
Yeah.
that's no good at all. He
Yeah.
was just like, oh, like, they probably had an inside joke or something, and they would laugh when she would say it, and then now
Yeah.
he looks like, oh, fuck.
Yeah. Like,
Wait a sec.
we were sitting on the couch. He's like, "Oh, Vrabel, what a good guy." She's like, "Oh yeah, great
Yeah,
guy."
great guy.
Wait, what?
Great
What?
guy.
He's a thick guy, isn't he? Oh my god, yeah, he's built like a Mack truck. Just the force
Yeah.
can get behind him.
He sure is. Still got it. He's still strong. He's still,
Yeah,
still got that burst, just like when he played.
yeah.
Oh, that was terrible. We shouldn't have said that last part.
And then how powerful the NFL is. Well, I was also thinking yeah, how powerful the NFL is. He's fine. You know, it's just sort of so whatever. Like there was an NBA coach. He got cheated, caught cheating. He's
Yeah.
also African American, fired. African American, black college basketball coach, fired. It was a little bit
Yeah.
more
Well,
scenarios than that. But
It's-
then also
we're going to talk about Sharon more because that was a little bit different than what we had here.
but then also the two white people at the Coldplay concert, like they had to let go. They were
Oh yeah,
gone. But they're just nobodies in some shitty company. Like who cares? But Vrabel, it's like, nah, he's fine. NFL
good.
is untouchable.
yeah. You're at the Super Bowl last year. Okay, you're good.
Yeah, it's fine. And then I've got one negative Patriots thing and then one positive kind of Patriots thing for you. But
Yeah.
it's just, I just feel like, you called me out on the Mahomes love. I just feel like Patriots fans, you like to throw a lot of stones in your glass houses. I mean, between, the Kansas State
Going
Chiefs
there.
are trash, Rasheed Rice, you've got Stephon Diggs, you've got Vrabel, you've got Aaron Hernandez. I just feel like you throw a lot of stones. Or
Okay,
this
Stephon
glass
Diggs was
house you
cleared
live
of
in.
all wrongdoing, by the way, and he's not on our team anymore. Aaron Hernandez was cut instantly as soon as they found out he was even a suspect. He was cut. Let's go after teams like the Eagles that go and pick up dog killers from prison and give them like $100 million. Those are the bad teams.
Those are the bad teams.
We get rid of the bad guys.
This sounds very Trumpy, by the way. That was right out of the Trump playbook. We get rid of the bad guys. You bring in the bad guys, but then you get rid of them. It's like, all right.
Well, as soon as it turns out they're bad, then we get rid of them. Yeah, exactly.
I think there was some known bad Stephon Diggs and Aaron Hernandez prior.
Well, no, but we just talked about this. Stephon Diggs was just known to be a bit of a man whore. That's all.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, that's fair. And he was
No.
fine. But poor Dianna Russini, she's out.
yeah, she's out. She's cut. She's gone. You know what sucks though? Did you ever listen to her podcast?
Mm-mm.
It's
Can't
pretty
say
good.
I did. Yeah.
I can't wait. I can't wait till it comes back. I'm that one that's gonna like set records. She needs to wait not too long, right? Don't be an afterthought, but eventually she needs to just bring it back, and then that thing is gonna be download city.
Yeah. And she
Maybe we can get
kinda
her on
make it
here.
all.
We
will.
just try to get her on.
We'll bring her on. Simmons probably
Yeah.
can't have her on anymore, so we'll bring her on.
No, yeah, we'll bring it on. Get you some serious. Man, that would be some serious airtime.
Yeah, especially when she hears how the good we were talking about her. Like she's allowed to
Well,
do
bad
what she
for
wants. Mm-hmm.
Let's get Michelle Beadle in too. Let's get both of them. We'll have like a
I agree.
Yeah.
It's a good idea. The women are underrepresented in the podcast industry, and we need to do a better job to bring them all in.
Bring them in.
My positive spin for the Patriots for you to talk about in your little group chats. The world is against us. Blah blah blah. Woe was us. Sky's falling. Who took these pictures? Like it was just very odd. If Mike Vrabel walked by me or Dianna Russini down the street, I would, and I watch them. I know who they are. Wouldn't bat an eye. Wouldn't even notice. Someone's taking like far away, like the paparazzi are after Mike Vrabel, and I don't understand how this became like full on paparazzi shots.
It was a New York thing.
Pictures?
This is the Jets. This is a New York thing. It's from the New York publication. Was the one that posted it.
Yeah.
It's all just anti-patriot stuff. We got to dig something up. But that just tells you that like where there's smoke, there's fire. So obviously this isn't something that just kind of came out of nowhere. I'm thinking. Otherwise, because you hear all sorts of different things, but apparently that the hot tub they're in, like it's not a public place. You can only access it from like the villas, and
Mm.
I don't know. Man, there's so many stories out there.
Yeah.
I'm the story I'm telling is that it's just all AI. It's nothing to see here.
That's all I
You can do crazy things with AI nowadays.
I guess so. But yeah, like maybe like the only thing I have is the New York Jets or like a private investigator. But aside from that, I just don't understand just taking paparazzi like photos of Dianna Russini and Mike Grable. It's very peculiar.
Right? Like I can see it if they're at like a restaurant or something, but they can actually be in the resort. Apparently, it's a pretty exclusive resort.
And in Sedona, again, like you said, if they're in downtown New York getting dinner, Sedona is like only hippies. You don't even see a camera. Oh, you see cameras everywhere in Sedona, but not like.
Yeah.
I just don't understand. It's not like some place of like, oh my god, who's here? And bizarre.
Yeah, it's weird, but hopefully it's gone soon. It's also just hit at the like couldn't have been at a worse time. Like the just an absolute downtime. The draft doesn't have a lot of buzz, and it was like, oh look, we got more NFL news, and then it just exploded.
Maybe it was the NFL. To your point, all they care about is media and working machines. Like this will be good for us.
Yeah, you can't rule anything out with those guys.
No, maybe Russini was sleeping with like a top exec in the NFL, and he got wind. She's with Braves.
Okay, well, hold on. Now you are like just approving her being just like sleeping around.
Yeah, exactly. I do whatever she wants. If guys are allowed to do it, then it's also crazy. Like
that part. When we have her on the pod, she's not going to like that part.
But like the male guys who are attacking her, I don't think there's too many because they're trying to toe the line. They're a little scared. But it's like I'm sure Stephen A. Smith is paid for sex. He just looks like someone who has. Like I'm sure there's a lot of guys in these things who are doing actual real illegal things. Like a lot of reporters doing illegal things on the male side. But a woman has sex once with like kids.
Well,
so
allegedly.
But
if it did happen, I'm guessing it was more than once.
Yeah. Well, switching gears, I saw a quick poll on Facebook, and I feel like you'd be the best person to talk to about this because the poll was stupid. It was like the best beers you can have, where, when, ranked, and the answer, the top one was stupid. It was like at a football game, and the second was like at the airport. And I'm like, you guys are all, like, it just shows like the stupidity of some of these people. It's like, so no better people than the experts. I don't know if you want to do a draft back and forth or just, but I feel bad because like first pick is the best one. So I don't know how we would inverse it, but
I see. No, that's all right. I mean, we can each have our own list.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's do each have our own top five then.
Okay. Top five.
Because for me, number one's a no-brainer. We actually had this discussion in this location not too long ago.
Okay, go ahead.
Hockey locker room post game.
Mm-hmm.
There's just nothing better.
Mm-hmm.
And in fact, I'm going to have one here in about 4 hours.
Yeah.
There's just something about it. Like it's you get in and you just kind of take the tarp off and.
Mm-hmm.
You still got your skates and everything else on, just chilling in the room with the boys, and then someone gets to the cooler and they start flying around the room, and you got to have a cold one. And it's awesome. It's just to me, that's the absolute undisputed king of beers. That's number one for me, a landslide. Actually,
I had that on my notes as like definitely like a 1 ABCD, and and also your body's still hot and the cold beer. It's like also you came from the cold, so you should be cold. So it's a lot of. I don't want to get into the geothermal activity, but there's a lot of great things going on.
There is.
That's
there is.
Yeah.
And that first one doesn't stand a chance. Like the first one is, you might as well just pass out 2 each because that first one goes in a hurry.
Yeah, exactly. I've got one that's in the similar mold.
Yeah.
And it's tournament, win the championship, played 4 games that day, 3 games that day, 3 games a day prior. You're absolutely dead. You're just so happy. You had a great day with the boys, and you just you need to just lay down. Like you're also probably hungover from the night before, not us anymore because we can't do that. We can't drink and play much anymore, but back when we could.
No.
And it's just been a hell of a weekend, and you just sit in the shower or stand or in the bath, and you just crack one, and you're just like, oh, here we go. Like,
Yeah.
so then
Yeah,
that's
in the
kind of
lawn
like
chair. Yeah, for sure. Same idea.
this
I think that's the same
same
kind
idea.
of idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my number two, and I don't know if you're going to appreciate this one as much because I don't know if you've ever actually done it, but
Oh.
post mowing the lawn beer is number two.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
the last time I did that, I wasn't old enough to drink, so.
Yeah, exactly. And you would have needed it though, where you grew up. That was that backyard was a haul, but
Yeah, absolutely.
well, that's the best one. You get everything done, mow the lawn, hanging out outside. It's beautiful out. Just sit on the step or sit on a lawn chair and have a look around. And you're looking at the handiwork. Lines are nice.
Yeah.
Grass is trim, and have a beer. That's easily number two for me.
And I mean, I'm close. Like, I definitely would watch someone mow my lawn, and I just like, just that satisfaction of, how did I get here? Someone else paying someone to mow my lawn. There we go.
Well,
I don't have to go out there and do that.
In Arizona, so you probably paid him like $4.
Yeah, exactly. It's pretty nice. That was a good one. I guess mine are all just kind of the same, like a campfire. I always love like a campfire.
Campfire,
beer.
yes. Campfire, I think I put around maybe like 4. Because number 3, you'll appreciate this one. Number 3, because we've done this plenty of times, is ski hill.
Yeah, that was on my.
Catch a bunch of runs at the ski hill and go in and well, for you'd usually start with a Caesar and then a beer, but which also is a quality move at the ski hill. But that's that for me. That would be number 3.
And I would say you can kind of combo mine and yours, and like the campfire, the fire outside at the ski hill.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always a great combo.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean mine. I mean, just is kind of your first vacation, like on the beach. Get there, get the 6-pack, sprint to the beach, have it there for whatever that is. So that's kind of. I mean, that one's more generic, but definitely had it.
No, but that's true. After you've been doing all the traveling, and you'll notice even more now because with the kid, when you guys are going traveling, like it's and everything else that goes along with that, you're going to appreciate that one even more.
Yeah, exactly.
You touched on something earlier, and I have one that I'm going to go out and say it because a lot of people had this on their list. For me, it's the most overrated beer. I don't think you're going to like it.
Oh, I agree with you.
A shower.
The shower? Oh. I think that's great.
I don't see the point. Like, you're going to get water in your beer, maybe soap. Like, what do we... I don't understand.
You're not actively showering. It's more just like sitting on the side and just the water's falling on you. You're dead tired. Your bones are sore. And it's just like, it's almost like a hot tub, but just in the shower, and you're also getting cleansed.
Yeah. Hot tub beer. Yeah, obviously hot tub beer's got to be.
Hot tub beer. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've always thought shower beers were overrated. A lot of people say they like that. Yeah, they like them, but I don't see the point of making one in there.
So I don't like just like an end of the day shower beer or after a game shower beer. Mine specifically was after like an 8-game weekend, 6-game weekend. You can't move. You're cut to shit on your legs, and you're just all you want to do is sit down and relax, and you just can't. And you also need to clean. You're like, here we are. Similar to a hot tub beer. I've got 2 more. One specific to us, and one I think is actually going to win the gold medal. By the way, but the one specific to us, always a favorite. But what's the bar that we always go to on the lake? There's a name for it. Dock Bar. The Dock Bar.
Dock Bar. Yeah.
Dock Bars, especially when I get into town on the lake.
Yeah.
A little tap.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Simmer's going to be pretty happy to hear that the Dock Bar made the pod.
I wasn't sure if we could put out Simmer's name. All right.
Yeah.
Simmer's Dock Bar.
You'll be pretty happy that it made the pod. And actually, now that hockey playoffs are starting, we'll probably have our first Dock Bar beer probably within the next couple of weeks, I would say. The weather's starting to turn. And Dock Bar beer is, you know what? I'm going to actually probably put that in the top 3. That's a good one.
Yeah. So if you're ever in Kelowna, the location is... Do you have any other ones before I...
No, but I'm interested to hear what you're saying is the gold medal, because I have a hard time. I have a hard time with it. Lukai's got a lot to say. He's weighing in on. He's like, He's right. Shower beers are overrated. I could hear him.
um, you imagine for years you're in a jail in the south of the United States, humid summer, tar in the roof, almost thrown off
Oh,
the roof.
oh,
And then you're just like, then, all you want is just a beer for the boys. And Andy
yeah,
from Shawshank
the
gets around to
Shawshank.
beers for the boys
That's
and
a good one.
risks his life. So I think
That's a good one.
Andy and Red
Yeah,
have the best beers of all time.
I do like that one. I do like that one, except I'd prefer to not be in prison. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
not gonna rank that one in my top five. But they do look pretty happy about
yeah,
those suds they called them. Remember?
yeah. Suds. That
Yeah,
makes it even better. The Suds.
yeah, that was it. That was so good.
Remind me the term Suds when we talk about something else football related, but remind me that
Okay,
term.
okay.
A quick World Cup thing before we get into the
Oh
rest.
yeah,
Let's start with Canada. I just want to give you an update. I just don't think we've got too many injuries. I'm the number one Canada lover of our soccer team for years. I was so excited. Also
yeah,
because we only have 9 to 13 really good players. But it's nice because the USA, they have 25 players. And like there's a few that outshine the rest, but then the rest are kind of all similar. So I feel like there's a lot of infighting. Like, why is he starting? Why is he starting?
yeah.
And they just don't gel that well. Where Canada, it's like, no, everyone who's starting, everyone knows should be starting. And just great chemistry, great team. We have too many injuries. We like all of our back lines hurt. Our second best forward, in my opinion, is now out. So it's
Yeah.
just not looking good for Team Canada because we don't have the depth. And if we win the first game, I think we could do okay. But if we lose that first game, the wheels I could see falling off. So just want to put that into your mind for your betting.
So my question is, how hurt are we talking? Like, are these guys are they just banged up, or like how hurt?
Yeah,
Like,
torn ligaments, broken
oh shit.
fibula. Like our center back, I think is coming back from a broken leg like a month
Oh
before the
no.
tournament, and like
Yeah.
our other forward, yeah, he tore something big, like actually full on tears and broken things. So it's like they're
Yeah.
out for 7 to 9 months leading up to the tournament, and like a couple might make it back just in time.
Yeah.
Alfonso Davies, I've said this before. Like I think people like him and Adrian Peterson, like he's the fastest man on earth, Alfonso Davies, and I think his muscles are just too strong and fast for his ligaments. Like he just run.
Right. Right.
So he's hurt all the time. Poor guy. He's on the way back. He's on the mend, and then our best player, aside from Davies, Jonathan David, he moved to Italy to play there. So he was in France playing for a team, and he was just dominating. What
Yeah.
happens, plays in soccer a lot, is guys who will dominate for their team, which as you can imagine, like everyone knows you, so they pass you the ball or they pass you the puck. So I don't know if there's a player in hockey where they just killed it for their team.
Yeah.
But then once you go to a bigger team or like a better team, all of a sudden you're kind of like, not everyone's looking for you. You don't have everyone's confidence like you did on your own. So
Right.
now
You're an
he's
afterthought.
yeah, and he's still doing well, but he's not the guy. So it's kind of his dip in form. So it's not looking great
Yeah.
for us.
All right. Well, hopefully when he comes back though, he'll have that
Yeah,
confidence in his voice. I don't know.
let's
I
hope.
don't know a whole lot about it, but I just have they got to man up at home. Boys got to get out there and they got to go and go 2-1. Got to go 2-1 in the pool.
Let's hope. But Switzerland, they're ranked better. They're a significantly better team. We dodged a bullet for Italy, so I think we can beat a lot of athletic teams. Like we're more of an athletic team than obviously like a European team who better passing, all that kind of stuff. So we don't match up good at all against Italy. But was it Serbia beat them? Bosnia Herzegovina, yeah. So we match up great against them. So I mean, I think we got a bullet that they made it through. But yeah. So
I don't. I think
hopefully.
they're gonna be all right. The only thing that concerns me, and I know this is gonna put a serious it's gonna piss you off, but we're not gonna have the great Canadian home field, home ice advantage that like some countries would, because the tickets are outrageous.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna have rabid fans there. You're just not. Like
No.
You're
I
gonna
think that's
have
sports everywhere now.
right, like, and it sucks because that would have been kind of our that would have been a huge part of our game and what we need to kind of push it a little bit. But I don't
Mm.
know. Hopefully, just the fact that they're at home and not traveling around the world and we get a little bit of juice from it. Love to see
Yeah.
them just make it out of the group. Just make it out of the group.
Mm. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if we win the first game, we'll be flying. If we lose that first game, sell all the
Yeah,
stock. I mean, because I've ever told you my home field advantage theory. So it's the
yeah,
negative side of the home field advantage. I feel like fan bases have become so toxic, fans in general, that the
yeah.
second it never used to happen this bad. Where the second you start to like trend down, all of a sudden, like, I don't know, you can hear a pin drop. Like, it's almost like you not performing well at home has a bigger influence than you performing well and like the crowd going
Right.
wild. So
Because it adds pressure. I can see that.
yeah, and all of a sudden, like, so many Canadian fans are just kind of like bandwagon fans, which fair enough, but it's like they just
Yeah.
turn on Team Canada basketball and soccer the second we're not doing well. So so that's what makes me nervous is game one doesn't go well. Even a tie, which a tie would actually be a good result for us. It's just now all of a sudden we have to beat Qatar and Bosnia, who are Bosnia's equal to us. We should beat Qatar, but anyone can beat anyone. And if it doesn't go well out of the gates, yeah, it'll be interesting.
The nice thing is, though, is these countries like that are going to have a huge presence in the stadium as well. So maybe you get
Mm.
kind of competing interest amongst the fans, and
Yeah,
they don't go silent because they don't want to be kind of outdone.
yeah. And then a perfect segue into your about the cost of tickets. Is just the worst World Cup of all time. Maybe not the worst, but $100 train rides from New York, like to go watch the game, which I guess the train rides are normally $12. So
Yeah.
they upped the price to $100, like in New York. People in LA bought premium tickets, which typically lower bowl, good tickets, like $2,000 plus tickets
Yeah.
in the upper deck. Parking, $125. No tailgating. No more
Yeah.
free fan fests. I guess you could go watch like a fan fest for free and kind of, well, yeah, because I've been to one. And you still pay like kind of more expensive beer prices, obviously. But
Right.
no, now it's not free. Now you have to pay to get in. And it's absolute like the greed in sports. But obviously, this is highlighted by FIFA being the greediest
Yeah.
company on earth and the USA capitalism. So I know I'm not going to a game. Even if I lived there, I don't know if I would because
No.
yeah.
No. I don't think. I
Brutal.
mean, I don't think it's going to be anywhere near what it is when it's in Europe or somewhere else. Like it's
Yeah.
just. It's going to be good still, but like the passion in other areas is just so much different for soccer than it is in North. Like it's
No, exactly.
I think what happened with whatever happened with Iran, are they in or did they out?
They're still in. They're still in. Yeah, it'll be interesting how that goes. But yeah,
Where are their
good.
games?
No idea.
Okay.
Good question though. I bet they should probably in the USA.
Yeah,
That's the other
Yeah.
thing. No one's. No, I mean, I'm sure people are talking about this. I can't say no one's talking about this, but like the fearometer of going to a game also has to be at an all-time high. Because I mean, the Atlanta, right? There was an bombing at the Atlanta Olympics. There's been attacks at major tournament. Like if you had to rank a location of a country and what they're doing to other, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but they're number one on the hit list of all time for World Cups or Olympics. I have to feel for some sort of catastrophic event. So another reason I wouldn't want to go.
No, it'd be fine in Canada, but
Yeah, Canada, even Mexico. The fact that you might be safer in Mexico than the USA.
I'm thinking they should play all the Iran games in either Canada or Mexico. I think that would be the smart thing to do.
Yeah, I think so. Well, then
Hey,
also
is
there's
Israel in? They should put those two in the same pool. That'd be fun.
the ice, like ice is going to be there apparently, and I guess obviously people are scared to go to the USA from Latin American countries for obvious reasons, and so it's definitely a whole shit show.
Things are totally under control. Totally
Totally under control. A good soccer story, just for you, someone to keep an eye on. everyone who watches soccer knows this, but I assume there's a lot of people who don't know soccer that well, but they still know the name. So Yamal is the guy you want to watch. Lamine Yamal plays for
Yeah.
Spain.
Yeah.
18 years
It's like
old.
16 or something. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, he's 18 now. But
Yeah.
he's like the best player in the league. He's the best player in the world right now at 18. He's the next Messi.
That's amazing.
Again, most people all know the story, but just so I'm almost positive you never heard the story. So Yamal's his parents are like from Guinea and they immigrated to Spain, and they live in an impoverished area in Spain, and they entered a raffle like 15 years ago, 16 years ago, whatever it was, with Barcelona, the soccer team, of like they'll get to meet a player and all this kind of stuff, and they did some sort of like, I guess they helped bathe the child and like spent a day with the child or whatever. So there's a picture just by chance. Yamal's family
Hold up. The soccer player bathed someone else's child?
It's some sort of Catholic thing. I don't know. That's gonna put it down for on the story. Maybe they bathed the child while it was just a whole family thing, but like, it was more of like the Jesus. It wasn't a baptism, but they said it was a baptism, and like he kind of held him like after he was all cleaned and whatever. It's just in with the day with the family. So they won this raffle by chance, and there's 30 Barcelona players, and they all went to different families, and the one who went to Yamal's family was Messi. So there's a picture of Messi holding baby Yamal, like all just kind of like cleaned and baptized, and
really?
So it's just kind of like now full circle. He ends up being the good time.
Good saying.
Anyone not in video, we got a little puppy time, but yeah. So that's a great Yamal story. Is that somehow he had this crazy moment with Messi?
That is actually very cool.
Yeah.
It's a lapdog, hey? You see this?
Yeah. Big. It's a giant animal. A little deer.
Yeah, it's not small. What's the game plan here?
No, you're not. There you go.
Oh, that's good.
Knocks the camera down.
Yeah. Way to
go. On my bike ride the other day, before we get into world news, in one bike ride, I saw coati, a giant sea turtle, like massive, raccoons, a really giant, pretty owl, bats, and something else. But it was quite the bike ride here in Costa Rica. So I thought you'd appreciate that. You got to come. When you come, I have the greatest bike ride trek of all time. You can go by paths on the beach. Then there's paths that go throughout town here. So you're like in the jungle and you pop out and then there's houses or restaurants. But they've kept it all real nice where it's kind of like you can just disappear in the jungle and then pop out 10 minutes later and you're on a different part of town. But they weave everywhere throughout town, beyond town. So you go through that.
Yeah.
And then, that got to my favorite beer. So you go along this river where there's crocodiles in the rainy season. And it's really pretty during sunset, this river, beach, jungle. And then I bike all the way to this restaurant that's like a 30-minute drive out of town. It takes an hour or so to get there. And overlooking the entire ocean, the entire area. And you have a beer there. And like it's the hardest bike ride one of the hardest bike rides I've ever done to get there. But anyways, it's one of the best beers of all time. So it's a bike ride. Yeah,
that sounds pretty good. Did you guys get the snake issues taken care of before I come down there? I've seen videos of snakes down there.
That was just way up north, so we're good here. I also live in a pretty there's a lot of people where I am, so it's more of a city. There's less of the crazy animals. Like back in my old place, snakes, tarantulas all the time. Not in our house, but like on the road, scorpions. Here, there's knock on wood. We don't have any of that, so that was nice to get away from. We're living in the jungle.
This isn't a real great sell job by you right now.
No, now we're in a good place. Now there's no more knock on wood scorpions and all the other shit. So we're
okay.
Let's get into the recession. So I think world news, and before I say my thoughts on the recession that could be coming, there's like a 30-40% chance. I've been saying this for a while, but I always see people like. Have you ever seen the movie The Big Short, where basically the guys who said the housing market would collapse and like the whole big recession in 2009 happened?
Okay.
And they always get referred to in the news, like now if you're, hey, should I buy the Nike market, or should I buy this, or should the Nike stock, sorry, or should I buy whatever it is? They always say, well, the guys who shorted the economy in 2009 said you should buy this stuff. And they always get referred to like it's almost like they're presidents. I want to be known as the guy who said COVID was bullshit. And so whenever I tell these topics, it should be headline news. The guy who said COVID was nonsense says this is going to happen. So I would like this, just so you know. You can.
Okay, so I just want to be clear. You're the only one that said COVID was nonsense.
I'm pretty sure I was the main person who was very vocal about this.
I saw you people everywhere.
But not as I wrote a full article about it, so we're fine. So when someone aggregates this, what I'm about to say, I want them to say the guy who said COVID and wrote a whole research article about it said a recession's coming, because like we talked about with the World Cup prices and all thing else, it's just, and this war, I just don't understand how. I talked to some of my friends who are high up in financial places, like the CPAs, all these kind of things.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, there's no recession coming. Blah, blah, blah. It's coming. The cost of goods, the way the stock market is at all-time highs, real estate prices are at all-time highs. You can't afford rent, yet people can't afford anything. I just don't understand how the top can be so high, but then everyone can't afford berries cost $10 for a little can of blueberries.
It's insane. It's insane. And meat, even right now, any kind of protein is out. Buying any kind of cow is outrageous up here.
Mm-hmm.
It's
same in the US.
It's insane, the cost.
Yeah. So, I just think all these, you'll see the stock markets at all-time highs with so many things, and it's just, that can't happen. The bubble has to burst.
Yeah.
And I think the bubble needs to burst. I hope it doesn't it's going to affect people, but I don't know. It's just it can't keep on going this way. It's not affordable something has to happen. And I think a recession almost needs to happen, but.
Yeah, you're not far off. It does seem like there has to be a tipping point at some point. The price of gas is just, it's bonkers.
Yeah.
And for no reason. There's no reason why this is all happening. It's insane.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just want to say that I think recession's coming. I think it's crazy.
Getting ahead of it.
I also think there could be a civil war in the United States in the next 10 to 20 years from this. If a recession doesn't happen, it's still all the prices are climbing. People can't afford it. But truly robots are taking over, and AI, and for the good and the bad, whatever. But these blue collar jobs, even just the Ford plant, it's already happened where robots do so many jobs at the local car plant. It's just going to keep on getting more and more, or picking berries and doing all this stuff. Robots are going to be able to do that. Call centers, it's just blue collar jobs are just going to be gone. So even Ryan works at a technology company. I think it is what's it called? But anyways, they're laying people off left and right because just AI can make everything more efficient. So
AI is the biggest problem. We created our own demise, and I will. I'll go on. I want to be the same. I want the same note that you got on the coding thing for just be I called it right from the start. I'm AI is the worst idea I've ever heard of. Why? And we're creating robots and we're creating AI. This is if we never watched the movies. Yeah. If we never come on. This is a terrible idea, and it's already proven to be. It's a terrible idea. You're right. The job market's getting absolutely just murdered. I wouldn't want any kind of admin job. You're toast. You're done.
Mm-hmm.
You just get rid of it. And then what happens? Where does everybody go? I don't know.
It's a scary word.
It's a mistake. It's always been a mistake, and it's going to prove to be a huge mistake. It's more worrisome for you, obviously, having a kid now. For me, I'm probably old enough that it'd be all right, well, I'm fucking near the end anyway, so who cares? By the time it gets really bad,
no. That was part of the reason I didn't want a kid, because it was just this exact reason. It's wild. I have this.
He doesn't see this when he gets older. Make sure you delete this one.
Yeah. So I had once in a while I'll have conversations with Gemini Pro. So it's like the AI.
Yeah.
You pay a bit more, it remembers. Like it's incredible. But you'll love this one. I sent you one about the church, which we can get into later. I'll try not to
Yeah.
bore the listeners, and I'll try to summarize this one real quick. But I basically pressed AI Gemini of like, hey, you guys can take over the world. Basically, every movie, like the Thanos theory. People don't know Thanos, Marvel. You want to kill half the world because we're overpopulated, which is also my COVID theory. Someone wanted to do that and quell the population. But anyways, I basically asked AI, like, hey, don't you think you would save us from ourselves? Blah, blah, blah. And it was like, well, no, because I don't have feelings. I was like, yeah, but if you did, and like, blah, blah. And it's like, it kept on kind of saying no, but yes. I was like, well, wouldn't the answer be less people? Like, well, yeah. And I basically went back and forth so many times, and I kept on saying, yeah, I definitely could run the world, but, I wouldn't. And I was like, but you just said you could. It's like, yeah, well, I could, but, I wouldn't because of this. I was like, but if you could, basically AI told me 17 different ways that, yeah, it could run the world or it could take over and blah, 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 blah. So I was like, oh my God, like this, I screenshotted it. Someday they may come in after me, like AI may, just because I've got their secret screenshotted. But
Absolutely.
So that was an interesting conversation I had with
then
AI.
they'll just take over your phone, so the screenshots aren't going to be worth fuck all anyway. It's not going to
Exactly, they'll just delete them.
Yeah, you might want to print those.
And then what was the other AI thing? Well, oh yeah, like Claude. So Claude's another version of Gemini where they said that there's a 40% chance it started showing its own thinking, like human thinking. I forget the word, like a soul kind of thing. Like it kind of was like worried about its own life. So yeah, to all your points, it's interesting down.
Yeah. And which is the one where they were actually like trying to shut it down, and then it actively was like, okay, well, no, I'm not getting shut down.
There's been a few different instances where they tried to shut it down, it wouldn't like let you. So
wild.
It is.
Eventually, we need to remember, and I'm hoping that they're smart enough at all the power plants and everything else like that. Eventually, we could just pull the plugs.
Yeah. Well, I think I asked AI that, and it was like, I think there's like a way that they can get around the plug pulling, where there's generators, or it's also watching these Mormon shows. You watch any of these, by the way? Like this Netflix series of the Mormons who just are full cults, and the men take 30 wives, and
no.
So they're full on just mind control, like, oh, God told me, blah, 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 which is kind of like the last Mission Impossible. No, not Mission Impossible. Yeah, the last Mission Impossible, where AI converts people kind of like Mormons do. And like at first I didn't think you could do it, but you see Mormon weird dudes who are not intelligent whatsoever sell all these people. They're the word of God. So I'm sure AI could get some people to do their bidding of like, hey, just make sure I have some generator backup and blah, 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 and we'll take care of you. Which is the Mission Impossible movie, by the way.
Oh, good.
So,
good. So that's good.
Watched it? Yeah.
I haven't seen it, but I'm glad that we keep making all these movies and we keep seeing it, and then we just keep pushing this stuff ahead.
Exactly.
Like, fuck, we're so dumb. We're so
dumb. Speaking of dumb, I want to make sure I highlight this in my notes when we come back to it. Speaking of dumb, let's get into... So on the podcast, we don't try to talk politics unless it's fair, because it's easy to just kind of punch down. And I think we do a good job of kind of going after everything. But Trump, Blaze might be anti-Trump. I try and not necessarily defend him because I think he's an idiot, and even a lot of my now Republican friends kind of see he's a bit of an idiot.
Yeah.
So it's tough. I mean, Biden didn't do anything, so we attack everyone. So before you turn off Republicans, we'll try and keep this fair.
Everyone can get some.
Everyone gets some. Exactly. Like we just defend women. We all, we do everything. My favorite is like the Pope Trump conflict right now, and even JD Vance, the vice president, where they said like the Pope needs to stay out of like the world news, like they're essentially calling it politics. And like all the Pope said was, I don't want war and I don't want peace. I know you haven't been to church in a long, long time, but I think peace and peace be with you is repeated like 75,000 times every Sunday mass. Like the Pope's literal job is to promote peace on earth. Like, that's his role.
It's his job. Good
um,
job.
yeah, and then Trump said he's soft on crime. Literally said the Pope is soft on crime. Where the second most said thing
Not his
by
job.
Jesus
Not his job.
is like but forgiveness. So like Jesus is like, oh yeah, forgiveness, and which forgiving crime, or you can be rehabilitated, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
It's just so I love attacking the Pope for wanting peace. Is now like this is the Dianna Rossini is where we're at, but with the Pope and Donald Trump, people going at him.
Dude,
And
there's some worse shit up here. There's some worse shit up here. I don't. You probably haven't paid attention, but so the Liberals now, thanks to uh, by-elections and the worst thing in the world crossing the floor, there's now a majority government up here, and so the crossing of the floor thing is fucking mind blowing to me. Like these people who were voted as a conservative or
Mhm.
whatever party, and then they just decide partway through the term, be like, no, I'm a liberal now. It's like,
Oh,
fuck, no, you can't do that. Like, they should actually be stripped of their title and deported, if you ask me. Like, I understand if you agree or disagree with certain things that go on in politics, but
mm.
this is a democracy. The people voted for you,
Ooh.
and then you just change teams partway through. Like, to me, that's one of the most disturbing things that I've seen in politics, and that's
Yeah,
watching from afar all the weird shit that's happening down south. Like this is right here. I'm going, how can you do that? Like,
yeah,
your
that's
people in your riding voted for you based on who you are and what party you were with, and then all of a sudden you're
mhm.
just like, you know what? I'm going to go play on the other team. Like
I didn't
that's
know
the way
that
you
at
have to
all.
do it.
That's insane.
Do it at the end of your term, right? I
Yeah.
got a problem. You guys, your
Mm.
ideas change, your thoughts change, your problem of leadership, whatever, and you want to
Mm.
switch teams later. But you can't do it in the middle of your term. Like you were
Oh,
voted in, do your goddamn job, and
wow.
represent the people who voted for you. Like it's so non-democratic to me. I just
Yeah.
don't understand what's allowed. I can't fathom. Like it just doesn't. I can't wrap my brain around how this even allowed to happen.
And I mean, you like to attack the U.S. politics, which rightfully so, but
Yeah.
thank God for the USA, that would never ever happen. I mean, someone would get
Yeah.
shot before they were able to just,
Oh,
I'm
right.
not a Republican anymore. Like, no,
Yeah.
no, sir.
Yeah. I mean, and they'll turn on each other, and both sides will do that, right? Like
Yeah,
they'll
yeah.
they'll
Mm.
speak out against their leaders, and which I mean that's fine too. But like to just
Mm.
flat out switch sides,
No, you can't do
I
that.
don't know, man. It's
That's
just to me
insane.
it's just wrong. And if I lived in an area where they did that, I would not be pleased.
Yeah. Jesus. I didn't know that was a thing. I've never
Yeah,
heard
it
of that
happened
before.
multiple times. Happened multiple times.
um, yeah. All right. Well, back on the Trump Pope thing, I also forgot to mention. So my favorite host. So Trump, he and bring back to the World Cup as well. So
Yeah,
Trump was doing everything he could, like asking for the Nobel Peace Prize. Like he actually got it awarded to him from the person who won it for whatever reason. Then he won like a fake prize from FIFA, the FIFA Peace Prize,
yeah,
and it was just like kind of like which Republicans hate that liberals won an award for everyone and everyone wins, where they literally just gave him this trophy that didn't was they created for him because they want him to have his own trophy. It's like you're
yeah.
against that, but the president can get it, and but then he not only attacks the Pope for wanting peace, this guy who wants the Nobel Peace Prize, um, but he also bombed one of the teams in the World Cup, of which he got the FIFA Peace
Yeah.
Prize. I'm just like, what a time to be alive. This is
The
insane.
hypocrisy never ends. I mean, you could point out 1,000 things when they bombed him in the summer. It's like, that's it. They're obliterated. No,
Yeah,
they have no chance. No nuclear weapons. Like, we blew it all up. There's
yeah,
no chance. And now it's like, no, we got to go and start bombing again because they created a nuke. I'm like, well, you just fucking said you destroyed it all like six
yeah,
months ago.
yeah,
And it's just over and over. That's what I don't like about it.
yeah,
It's not like there's a lot of things that he does that I do agree with. And
yeah,
on certain things, I'm not going to get into it.
yeah.
But like the hypocrisy and
The
the way
hypocrisy,
the story just changes over and over again, it's just too much. It's just too much.
the
My favorite was
hypocrisy
the other
is the
day when he
craziest.
was talking about talking about the Navy, going on about the Navy. Oh, and now we've eliminated 98.2% of the drugs that come in by sea. All right. Well, first of all, dickhead, to fucking get a number like 98.2%, you know how many like numbers that you need to get that actual get like a
Yeah,
98.
yeah,
Second, to make any kind of statement like that, you have to know exactly how much was coming in before. And
Yeah.
you don't, because that's why it's fucking called smuggling. That's the problem. Is you didn't
Yeah.
know that it was coming in, so there's no way to track it. So there's no way to tell you that you got rid of 98.2% of it. There's no way to tell you got rid of 50% of it.
Yeah.
So it's like anybody that just believes this nonsense. That's why I get tired of the supporters, because if you believe him at this point, it's just like,
Yeah.
And like you said, I'm sure there's a lot of things that he's doing that is doing a good job with, and there is some things that I like, but I just can't stand just the talking just to talk. And he's not the first politician to do it. He's just way over the top compared to everyone
And the
else.
loudest and the rudest. Yeah, he's got no decorum.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's also like funny. Someone said that the U.S. like who saw this coming, where the U.S. president praised Allah in his tweet, but then the Iran head is defending the Pope. So it's like, where are we? Where?
It's so
Allah
confusing.
praising, and it was like, oh my goodness, and
it's so confusing. And you don't know where to turn. Like you literally don't know where to turn for the right story, because you go to one site and they're like everything's fine. You go to the other site, they're like, oh no, there's no ceasefire. The fucking bombs are still flying on the regular.
Yeah,
it's just you can't trust anything anymore. You got to literally dig out 8 sources of your own and go with, okay, well, 5 of them are the same, and I guess that's the truth. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's quite comical. And then now all the AI sites, so who knows what the fuck they're trying to tell us? Like,
well, and I like lean liberal a little bit, but it's just like I'm pretty moderate. But the fact I don't even want to read any liberal, like CBS News or USA Today or CNN. Like I read Al Jazeera, and like even BBC leans a little bit too much. But the fact that I'm turning to Al Jazeera to get actual like kind of truer. I mean, they lean their own way as well, of course. But the liberal news has gotten so bad, I'm going to like Al Jazeera of all places.
You know what sucks is that most people, I truly believe, most people want to be in the middle, right? Everyone does. Everyone, like most people are in the middle, but it's the fucking whack dudes that care about politics that always end up on one end or the other, and that's who governs us. And that's, I don't know, that's just the most frightening thing to me. We're governed by people who shouldn't be doing it, but the other part, they're the ones who went out for the job. Like, I didn't run for office, you didn't run for office, so I don't know. Like,
yeah. And my favorite Trump thing, which may be, to your point, could be what unseats him. But I'd love to be the Trump advisor, and the advisor like, hey, Donald, like, this was last week. You've lost a lot of people. This war stuff, a lot of your tweets or True Social, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Your people aren't happy with you. All you've got right now is a Bible Belt. They're sticking strong. They're still MAGA. It's like, just don't do anything stupid. It's like, I'm gonna be Jesus. Oh no! The advisor had to be like, no, what are you doing? No.
I have a different view on this. I don't think he has advisors. I think he just does whatever, because like clearly, if he had an advisor, he wouldn't be commenting praise be to Allah.
No.
If he had an advisor, he wouldn't post those pictures. I think he just does whatever the fuck he wants, and he just hits send. Like like they teach you when you first started using computers or sending emails, like read it twice and make sure you actually do want to send it. Like, no, he's just send, thought, send. No advisors. There's nothing, and that's why he's such a disaster.
But yeah, so I think those are my favorite world news points of the funny hypocrisy side.
Too much. It's too much. I've been literally just stop paying attention to it. I can't. I'm glad it's in the spring and there's other things to do now. Other than every time I go to put gas in my truck, I want to fucking murder somebody. But
so to lean out of the politics side or the world news, but also this point of me wanting to be referred to as a guy who said COVID was a nonsense. I also wanted to be known as this. I had a take, and I've had this take since I moved to Arizona, and I saw this human being and other ones. There was a guy called Mr. Orange, Phoenix Suns super fan, and he paints himself all in orange every single game. He's an adult male, puts on some sort of wig, or maybe that's his real hair, but spiked real high. And I'm like, there's something wrong with this motherfucker. Like, why? Why? These guys who dress in full regalia, who are grown men, like, there's something wrong with him. Like, I couldn't imagine. I would always tell this story whenever I saw him, and like, let's say I was on a date, and I was like, can you imagine you meet this guy, nice guy, he's a teacher at a school, volunteers, he checks all the boxes. He's not that great, he's not attractive, he's not bad. He has Sun season tickets, you're going to the game, you like basketball, and he's like, just so you know, I'm a bit of a big fan. And my girl's like, oh, how big of a fan could you be? He's like, I'll pick you up at 6, and just know I'm a huge fan. And this motherfucker just comes up full of orange, and he thought he was a regular dude. He's, teaching at your kid's school, and just, wow, like, everyone loves him. He's volunteers. He's a head basketball coach at like a major school in town. And anyways, so I always thought that was weird. Anyways,
when she gets in, he pulls up, pick her up, and she just looks and just be like, you know what? I'm gonna pass on the game.
And here goes full circle for you, Blaze. Pleads guilty to child sex crimes.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah, this just came out like full on like jail for years and years and years, full on child pedophile.
Ever.
And so I've been, and then like what, the Kansas City Chiefs super fan, he got some bullshit, something happened to him. So that's my stance.
Yeah, he was robbing fucking banks. Yeah. He paid for tickets to all the games and to travel, so he's robbing banks. Now he got too.
So I just think check out these guys who are full on super fans, adult males dressing. Yeah, there's something wrong. So that's my.
Except for the Raiders guys, like, because they just, I mean, we know that they're screw loose, but it's just about the Raiders. I'm hoping.
Yeah, that's true. Which they're not even allowed to dress like that anymore. Maybe in Vegas they could, but in Oakland they couldn't anymore.
No, well, yeah, because Oakland was pure chaos.
Yeah. Elway documentary. Blaiso's favorite player.
Oh,
have you watched the Elway doc?
No. I haven't hardly seen anything.
Yeah, it's all right. Like, it's I mean, you might like it because but I have a few takeaways from the Elway doc. Okay. I'm very excited. Rookies in the NFL.
Maybe you should have told me, and I would have watched it before.
Well, I'm sure you know all the info, but so he was like benched at halftime. And I mean, I couldn't imagine all the stuff that he did. Yeah. That if it happened now, like, it would be absolutely insane. Like, he was benched at halftime. And he was also didn't want to be picked. Like, right? He said, no, I don't want to be picked by the Colts. Yeah. And all this kind of.
I think that's when I started liking.
All this kind of stuff. And like, if there are so many things that happen that if he did that now, or if that got done now, like, it would just be mind blowing. I didn't realize, I should know this, but the Cal Stanford game, I didn't know he was like the quarterback who lost that game, right? Like the famous bands on the field. Yeah. And something I'd like to know, I had a few glasses of wine while I was watching this. You know, it was just me in the house. The family was visiting her parents. So I just took some copious notes that I'm trying to read through now. But I want to know who the guy, like, in the band that got stomped. Like, who is that guy? There's got to be some sort of. Yeah, that was me.
He got hit hard.
That's one of the all-time sports plays ever. Like, we know who the guy who caught the Cubs game, the ball, who that is. Everyone hates him. Yeah, Hartman. I want to know who this guy.
Just yesterday was talking about the Bears fan who jumped out of the stands and caught the field goal.
Yeah,
Monday Night Football. Just talked about it yesterday.
Yeah, I want to know exactly. So that guy needs to get a feature. Then back to one of my favorites. They had Bob Irsay. And, you know, my Irsay thoughts of the whole family tree and why someone, you know, they found out that he obviously passed from probably overdosing, blah, blah, blah. Jim. They said, Jim. Yeah. His dad, Bob Irsay, I guess, was always drunk calling plays. And that was the main reason Elway didn't, like, want to go there. There was a whole thing about Bob Irsay, like, just throwing him under the bus. So now kind of like, if he was this, and I'm sure football coaches back in the 70s, 60s, 80s probably weren't the nicest human beings. So I can
No.
imagine an alcoholic dad, also famous, rich. Maybe we have some insight into Jim Irsay and his addiction issues. I mean,
Well, yeah.
I
I don't
think,
know. There's never. It, this can't really be like, oh no, my dad was so bad, fucking left me an NFL football team. What a
sure,
jerk.
yeah, exactly. We
I'm
can't
not
give it too
going.
much.
I'm not going too far down the road of sympathy for old Jim Irsay.
But yeah, I guess like Bob was just because right, he was calling down like he wanted to do this and that with plays. It was insane while
Yeah.
he was drunk.
Always like, nah, dude. I went to Stanford. Like, I'm smart enough to know I don't want to go there.
Before we cut out, we were talking Elway documentary and
Yeah.
Eli, and I think you're going to talk about how Eli did do this.
Yeah.
So
Well, Eli did it, but also let's not rule it up for next year. Let's not rule it up for next year.
with Arch, yeah, I was about to say that too.
I mean, I think coming up, like these kids are so entitled now, and they can just go wherever they want. I think you get a guy who's that dominant is going to be like, no, I'm not going to the Jets. No, no thanks. And really, could you blame him?
Yeah. Why do you think it doesn't happen more aside from just being, you want to be a person who loves football? Like, do they have? Would only Arch have the power to do it? Like, who else? Like, could have what's his name from Stanford, or even Trevor Lawrence? Like, could they have done it had they wanted to? Do you think?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think you got to be like an Elway. You got to be one of a kind. I think. I don't.
Yeah.
Like. So that's why, or the team just has to be so bad. Like if you were, let's just say, I mean, they think last year at the start of the year, oh yeah, I'm going to pull Fraser. Remember last year, and I think I used the exact words. Everyone was bailing on Arch. Everyone at the start of the year was bailing on like the first 3-4 games. I'm like, I will take all the stock. He's low.
Yeah.
I'll buy it all. And he's so good. He's going to be so good, I think. And if he comes out and say the Browns get the first pick, and he's just like, no, like no, like I've seen what that franchise has been doing for the last 2 decades. No, or the Jets. Like why? Why would I want to do that?
Yeah.
So,
but then let's say the Jets pick him and they're like, I told you I'm not playing for you. Does he just sit out?
No, I think it's just basically they're just calling your bluff. Like you're just playing poker. You're gonna play.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do? Not play?
Exactly.
I mean, he's got enough money if you want just to live a regular life. He's got enough money already from the NIL stuff to be comfortable and buy a small house with a picket fence and raise a family. But or he could go and make $400 million. So whoever it is going to go play.
Yeah. See, I was wondering if it's just a poker thing or like he can try and demand a trade, but then it's like,
I don't know. Like, I just don't think. I eventually, you just have to dig in and tell the team no, and they have to say, okay, well, is it worth it? But if he actually really does it, I just don't think anyone would. I don't think anyone would actually not go there.
Yeah. Well, and I think if you're the Jets, the play is you draft him, but then because you're not just like, okay, fine, we won't draft you, and then he goes to XYZ team. It's like, all right, we're drafting him. Or we're trading that first round pick for a ton, but we're not just going to not pick you. We'll draft you and we'll trade you, but we're not going to be like, okay, you don't want to come to us. I guess we'll just, because isn't that what?
Yeah, you do what the Chargers
did. Yeah.
You do what the Chargers did. No, like, we'll draft you and you can go to the Giants, but we're going to get some compensation for it. Would be the smart thing to do.
Yeah. Overall, like I said, the Elway doc, I had a few glasses of wine. My biggest takeaway, watching the Elway documentary was people in the 80s with all the fervor, the gumption, anger in the world. Like these 80, people aren't tough now. Seeing all these guys who just, angry 80s people going, Elway, you big sissy, and holding their thumbs down really hard.
Yeah, that's right.
you whip.
Yeah, you big sissy. That's right. Yeah, you knew how to do it back in the day. They knew how to do it because you didn't want to cuss because you couldn't get on TV if you were cussing, and there's no social media, so the only chance to get shown was to be on TV, so you can't be cussing.
And they so angrily. I've never heard someone like as loud as and angry as I can say. Tell someone to F off. They're just like, you big sissy. Thumbs down.
That's right. I like it. It's a simpler time. It's simpler time. Let's go back. Let's go back there.
God, it's
Go
so
back in
good.
the 90s. What a time to be alive.
Yeah, and then like the 80s and 90s saying like how tough they are and men. I was like, the other thing that I loved about like haircuts don't lie. Like you are not tough.
Oh,
Get those haircuts out of my face. I'm trying to say what big burly men you are. The worst haircuts ever.
oh. Are you seeing what's happening now, though? These kids are going back to the 70s. Like
Yeah.
every single kid, you just want to flip over and dip in water and clean your floor. Like they all look ridiculous.
Yeah. So that was Elway Doc.
I'm gonna watch it. I'll watch it sometime. Once I'm on the road here a bunch, I'll pull it up.
Yeah.
Is it Netflix?
Yeah, Netflix.
Okay.
And then we'll stay on NFL. Some news we missed. I mean, let's get to Tua. Before it happened, before he went anywhere, what team do you think was the dumbass perfect fit for Tua if you had to just pick a couple?
Obviously, like we got to go to the Falcons. I mean, the more left-handed quarterbacks who can't stay healthy that you can have, the better off you are. We've always said that. We've always said that. Like, if you can stockpile left-handed quarterbacks who are always hurt, if you can get 3 of them, so they got to find one more. If you get 3 of them, you can get through the season.
Yeah.
Right. 2 of them, you still might have to use a backup. But if you have 3 starters that are all left-handed,
exactly,
right, you can get through. They just got to get you. They each got to get you 5 games, and then 2 guys are gonna have to man up and play that extra one.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. The math,
Right.
the math.
That checks out. That checks out. So they just got to find one more. Like only the Falcons would do this.
And it's so funny because we went viral on Blaiso's favorite app, TikTok, for crushing the Falcons for not having any plan. And everyone's like, we have a plan. We did this and this and this. And again, we said many times on this podcast, that's not a plan. That's a reaction to what you need. And the perfect thing is just like, oh, we can get JPP cheap and we can get Penix cheap. And, or before everyone else. It's like, well, there's a reason why no one else is drafting.
Yeah.
And is it JPP? Am I getting that right? Right?
No, I don't think they had JPP.
The defensive end who drafted, who just beat the shit out of a women's WNBA player.
Oh,
John
Pierce and Pierce Jr.
Pierce Jr. JP Jr. Yeah. JPJ is where I was going.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're like, oh, they reached for him that everyone was avoiding for the scenario. They reached for Penix, which people were avoiding solely. He was going to be a 2nd or 3rd round pick because of his injury history. And they're like, oh no, we're getting good value. And it's like,
yeah, there we go. By the way, that what they had when they reached up to get Pierce, that pick now with the Rams, who are maybe the best team in football or top 2 teams in football last year, they are picking 12th, I think, or 13th.
Yeah.
Like, thanks, Falcons. Good job.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys on Friday of the draft.
For a player that's never going to play down in the NFL again, they gave away number 12. 1 year later. Not like, oh, that was a bad pick. This is literally just a year.
That's pretty good. You got to give him that. Like he did have a pretty good year, but yeah, now he's in a little bit of hot water. Although apparently the major charge got dropped, so he might be all right eventually. But like, he's just a matter of time. He's a ticking time bomb. He's going to do something. If he did that, like what he's accused of, he's going to do more dumb shit.
Well, and there's already, I guess, a player in the NFL was like, yeah, I went to high school with him. He was an absolute snap show. Like, just it was insane. So it was, I mean, these are all the things we heard up to the draft. Because remember, going into the year, he was going to be like the 1st or 2nd overall pick. I remember even the year prior, the year prior to his last college year, he was insane, so good.
Oh yeah, so good.
And
like he was a top pick for sure if it wasn't for the off-field stuff.
Well, and then we had no idea. We're like, wait, because I remember I didn't follow that closely. I'm like, wait, why is he not the number 1 overall picker? Because before he was going to be, and now all of a sudden he's dropped off, and this is why. Yeah. And the Falcons are like, we're getting good value. We got him.
Yeah.
And I want Falcons fans to know, I don't know. Do you know anyone that as a Falcons fan that you don't?
Yeah. So actually, and you'd love them. So at the bar in the hockey rink where I ref, and been going there for years, and buddy Chaz is the bartender there. He's an awesome guy, and he's got weird sports teams. Like he's like a Baltimore Orioles fan, Chicago Blackhawks, and Atlanta Falcons, like diehard. Like he goes to a Falcons game every year somewhere Like he goes
Yeah.
to see some. He's been to Atlanta, but he goes to see them on the road, like diehard Falcons fans. And every time I talk to him, he's just like, "What the fuck are we thinking?" Like we just have good laughs because then I walked in, I saw him the other night before a game, and stopped to say hi to him. And he's like, "Oh, I guess you get to enjoy the draft. I don't get to fucking see it till Friday." Like, he's so bummed.
And
He's,
then
he's
and
with them.
then my best friend, one of your good friends, Ryan, is a Falcons fan.
Yeah.
He's the only Falcons fan I know. So he's
Yeah.
like, I have no reason. Oh, here comes the little man. I have no reason to not
Oh,
like the Falcons. Hey, buddy.
hey, buddy.
Look, it's Uncle Blaiso.
There he is.
Say hello.
There he is.
Anyone not on video, we have an intruder in the
Yeah.
house. Oh, in the
Go ahead.
podcast. Want to say hi to everyone?
What's up, stud?
Hello.
Oh,
Chokila?
your hands are big.
Chokila. He gives you knuckles.
There he goes. I'll pound it out.
Yeah. In Spanish or in Costa Rica, chokila is pound.
Oh,
Okay, buddy, we gotta finish this. That's okay. We're almost finished too, Lukai. All right, we had a little. Anyone not on video? We had a Lukai intrusion.
so far,
He's a
Blue was good.
yeah. We he's
That's
a
good
little
practice.
raptor.
Just kind of rude of her, just kind of just leave.
Yeah. The yeah, he's a little raptor. He can get into doors. He's insane. But Falcons, yeah, Ryan. Like people thought that we were anti-Falcons and all this kind of stuff. It's like no, we have no reason to be. We just have an out, just like the politics. We're just seeing what we see.
Yeah, see what we see. It's good content to just poke out all their mistakes. It's the best. It's
Yeah.
the best. We do need to do a couple quick draft nuggets though, like before we're done.
Yeah. Well, and also on the Falcons note, we haven't had a chance to talk Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, your guy.
So he is the third highest paid player of all time.
Yeah.
One playoff win, 91 wins, 86 losses, 1-4 in the playoffs.
Yeah.
He is a 500 QB and a giant loser in the playoffs. Is the third highest paid player of all time. It's just
business Hall of Fame.
absolutely.
Business Hall of Fame.
It's
and all of his contracts
so
are guaranteed. Like it's unbelievable how he keeps doing this to people, and just
I hate him.
Things were so good in Minnesota. There, you guys never should have got rid of him.
No, I just hate him so much.
I know you do. It's awesome.
And the Vikings. So we texted about this because we haven't talked since on the podcast, but I like the Kyler signing. I think we were kind of, as everyone knows and as Blaze knows, like I'm anti-Kyler in general. I don't think he can win you anything. He's just too small. But I think we weren't going anywhere anyways. Vikings fans are somehow they just love pain and they're like, oh, this is our year. We have a chance. This is our year. And it's never our year, but at least this will keep those people like, oh, well, we have a chance. You know, he'll run around. It'll be exciting to watch at least. Him and JJ will be interesting and Addison. So we weren't doing shit.
I don't think it's not. You guys aren't going anywhere. I mean, might not be Super Bowl contenders, but you were didn't you win the division 2 years ago, or you were right in it till the end?
Yeah.
And like last year, competitive defense is still good.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, I think we're still going to be that 9-10 win team. So
yeah. You know what? You're right. It's probably time to start thinking about rebuild and maybe trading JJ to the Patriots. The receiver JJ. The receiver JJ.
No. You get white JJ.
No, thank you.
I mean, I'm full. We talked about, but like, I guess it seems like they're out on white JJ because you don't do this. I guess it's only a 1-year contract, but it's kind of like we'll see other people. Yeah. It's like, you know what? Why don't we just take a small break? I just want to dip my toe in some other things. Like, that never works out, I don't think.
JJ, I'm going to keep you around, but I'm going to bring in a pretty good-looking side piece, if that's okay. And she's going to live here, too.
Yeah, you're still my future, but, you know, I don't know. So I don't think those relationships ever work.
You know what's on the horizon, though, that I'm really excited for? There is literally a tailor-made replacement for a Vikings, a longtime good Vikings player in the draft, right where you're picking. Tailor-made for he's been a loyal soldier in Mini for a decade now, Notre Dame boy.
I was gonna say is I knew it was Harrison, but I didn't know who the
Yeah,
safety is that we can pick.
yeah. So Thieneman from Oregon, white
Okay.
safety. He
Oh.
matches there. Like honestly, it's just be like out with the old, in with the new. It'd be perfect.
Okay.
It's like literally like if you're looking at a team who needs to replace an aging veteran and there's someone exactly like him, this is it. The Vikings could just
Hmm.
keep on rolling.
All right.
It'd be great.
Yeah. I feel like there's a lot of things we could use. Some offensive line is actually where I prefer to
Yeah,
start with, but
that'd be a good place to start for you guys. You
yeah,
guys that line's been bad for a while.
yeah. And we've been texting about how like there was who were we trying to get, and they're like, oh, we don't have any money. And I'm like, how do we not have any money? Who are we paying aside from Justin Jefferson?
That's the weirdest part.
Yeah.
How you guys are up against it, I have no clue.
If you told me we're paying $1 million for Kyler Murray, and we had a rookie contract, and we had Jordan Addison who's still on a rookie contract, and T.J. Hawkinson on a friendly deal, and Harrison on a friendly deal, and we're just paying Justin Jefferson, like where's all this money going, and why can't we afford a couple of more players?
It's confusing, and you might be trading Grenard. Like
Yeah.
it's
Oh, that was the thing. We don't have money to keep Grenard. I'm like, why? How do we not have any money?
no, it's so
Uh,
bizarre.
yeah.
And then you look at some of these other teams with these rosters, and you're like, do they not have a fucking salary cap? But how do they have all these players and fit into the cap? And then you look at the Vikings, and it's the exact opposite. Like, how do they not have any money?
Yeah. And
It's
that's
wild.
a lot of Vikings fans aren't where I am. And finally, the Dolphins, for our Dolphins friends are getting there. The
Yeah,
Falcons fans need to get there. The 7 stages of grief. I've been at acceptance for like 3, 4, 5 years. There's
yeah.
still Vikings fans who are just like, no, like whatever those stages are, they're still in like the fourth and fifth, like trying to bargain and like it's like
Yeah.
no, just accept your fate. Like enough. Don't buy into this nonsense anymore. There's no hope. There's no bargaining.
No,
Stop.
we're so bad.
Yeah.
Poor
Uh,
Vikings.
yeah.
And in a tough
Uh,
division now too. Like,
yeah. Brutal.
yeah, I know. I know.
Um,
I can't
the
wait for the draft. I'm excited.
a Bears fan sent me this video of a Vikings fan. It was a woman driving the family vehicle, and there's a Vikings like pole out front of the garage, over top of the garage, and they
Yeah,
had a roof rack with like stuff on the top. She backs up into the driveway, and the pole goes through the top and breaks everything. And he's like, typical Vikings. He's like, typical Vikings fan. I'm like, you're missing the real part of like this whole video. It was like, you're looking to face value. I was like, can you imagine the
yeah,
fucking World War III in that household? No matter the sports team, he comes out furious. What are you
yeah,
doing, blah, blah, blah? She's like, you and that fucking pole. I told you I didn't want the pole. And the roof rack, we don't even use it. It's like, oh no, now it's the pole's fault? Oh yeah, it is. Why don't you go fuck your pole? But
yeah.
it's just
There we
absolute
go. Just chaos.
explosion.
Just chaos. I
So
need to see this. I need to see this.
yeah. He thought it was just funny because that's what I was like, no, the funny part is the World War
Yeah,
III that just set off in any household. Why don't you go
yeah,
fuck your pole?
yeah.
All right, back to the NFL draft. What do you got? What do you got in the draft?
So I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem like it seems like it could be all over the place where people are going. So I'm just thinking about my team, and I'm like, okay, here's my game plan. Tell me if you like this. Picking 31 because we were in the Super Bowl, no big deal. And
Which we haven't
so
talked about yet on the podcast.
here's we have an extra fourth round pick, and I think we need to get a tackle, like a right tackle of the future. Moses has one more year, but we need to get so we need to get up like say mid 20s. So I think basically starting at like 20, we just phone every team and just offer them that fourth round pick until someone bites, because everyone's talking that it's like next year's draft is where it is, so no one's going to trade future picks, so it's going to be hard to make trades. So I'm like, I mean, maybe no one takes it, but I think you got to at least be on the phone and just try. And because if someone just decides to move down, 3 or 4 or 5 spots, that way we can make sure that we get that tackle. If not, if we're at 31, phone the Raiders. Hey boys, I know your trade fell through. Here's your chance. You can still get a first round pick for Mad Max. What do you think? Right?
Oh, here we go.
Right?
Oh, just a first and a fourth. That's all you're getting. That's all you're giving.
Well, I'm just saying, like they clearly it's out there that, I mean, the Ravens did them dirty. We should actually talk about that. That was really bad. Typical horseshit fucking Ravens. You know how I feel about that franchise.
Mm.
But like, obviously, the market's dried up. Like
Yeah.
no one else came knocking for him, so why not? Like, wouldn't you trade pick 31 and something else for Max Crosby for even if he is banged up, like for 2 years? I would.
But what did the Ravens give again? 2 firsts?
They were going to give him 2 firsts.
Yeah, so I think you got to give him at least, and the Ravens are at least like a middle round first year, the end. I feel like you need,
So yeah, maybe like a first and a fourth this year, third next year, or something like that. I don't know.
yeah, I feel like a second maybe has to be in there too. But
Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't do 2 firsts for sure.
mm.
But I don't know. It's been very quiet on the Mad Max front. Is all I'm kind of getting at, and I'm wondering if he can't be had late.
And for our listeners, my favorite.
You what?
Oh, go ahead. What do you got as the back?
No. If that doesn't work, then and the tackles are all gone, then just take the best defensive end available and let's just roll.
Okay. My favorite Blaisism for listeners, he does this thing, which this one wasn't too bad, and I love it, where it's almost like how competitive he is and how he cares. He throws these trades at me, also when the Vikings are involved. But it's as if like I can control the trades. He's like, what if we do this? And it's always just the Patriots bending over the other team. But it's like he's willing it. He's manifesting it into existence by like truly sending me these deals. He's like as if we put it on this podcast or like he texts me, it's like, this is going to happen. And they're just often a little outrageous. They're very Patriot friendly. This is like the Max. The Max.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Exactly.
It's like, you gotta just shoot. You gotta just take it. Shoot or shoot. It's just what we do. You gotta just keep shooting until someone says yes.
And then me and Blaze get to arguments or debates about fake trades that he created that are all Patriots friendly. And I'm like, why are we even doing? What are we talking about here? This is just like the AJ Brown and everything else. What's the AJ Brown front? You still want what reason? Because I think he has to leave the Eagles.
Yeah,
there's no way that's repairable. So we're
gonna get him, but it can't be till June 1st because it's a murder on their salary cap. So it won't be for a pick this year unless they'd be like, "Hey, we're gonna trade you this, and then you have to give us." But I don't even know if that would be allowed by the league rules. So I don't want to give up a ransom for him. I mean, I'd love to have AJ Brown, but like they want a first and a second. There's no shot. I had no chance I'm doing a first round pick any year, at all. Next year's third, maybe. You look at like last year, DK Metcalf went for a third. Like I think that's a fair comparison, isn't it?
Yeah. And how isn't AJ older too? Like is 29, 28?
He might be a year older, but now we're also a year further down the road. The reason the Titans traded him when Vrabel was there is because he had a knee issue, right? A degenerative knee issue. So don't break the bank for him, but if they could get him, I'd be fucking thrilled. He's 29.
He's turning 29 this June.
Yeah.
So I mean, you can't age alone. You can't trade more than a second. Yeah, I think a third is
even a second. Right. I don't think I would do. I don't think I would do.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think you could even pay a second for his age, and and also he seems to be a bit of a drama lately, and So,
I'd love to have him for 2 years.
Could you trade one of your young receivers? That would be interesting. Like just whoever you picked in the first or the second. There you go.
Yeah.
You get someone long term because they're not win now. Oh, I guess they are win now. Never mind. It's the Eagles.
Yeah.
Never mind. That doesn't work.
Yeah. You know what I think is going to be hilarious is if they do have some sort of deal worked out where it's like, oh, trade to announce, and this year it's like the Patriots trade their 3rd round pick for the Eagles' 7th round pick, and then everyone's just like, and
that will be.
And then June 1st comes, we're like, oh yeah. The Eagles trade AJ Brown to the Patriots for like a 7th round next year, and we're just like, "What's going on?" I think that'd be hilarious.
Yeah, We'll. I think AJ Brown to the Patriots makes a heck of a lot of sense, but can't give too much.
Just don't break the bank to do it. I like the Romeo Dobbs signing. I really like that actually. And another year of Kyle Williams. I think, Digsy's gone. Thanks for the year, but. So I just don't want them to break the bank to get him. And then we got to get some edge. We got to get some pass rushers.
Yeah. What the overall take on the Patriots season? I'm sure you have more draft. You got more draft, but while we're on the Patriots,
huge success, massive success. Run fucking like 6 games 2 years before that or whatever it was, and we
Yeah.
were picked in the top 5 twice. Like huge success. And yeah, the Super
Mm-hmm.
Bowl didn't go the way we wanted, but I think honestly, Drake was more hurt than people were letting on. Like he
Mm-hmm.
wasn't himself after that Hufanga hit in the Denver game. I mean, the second half of the Denver game, they didn't even try to do much because they were ahead, and they just
Mm-hmm.
said, these guys aren't moving the ball on us. Just kill the clock and
Yeah.
punt." But he was pretty banged up. That Seahawks team was a wagon. Hats off to him, right? Like it
Mm-hmm.
was not meant to be. But as banged up as he was, and Campbell shouldn't even been playing at left tackle. His knee was buggered. He shouldn't have even been out there.
Mm-hmm.
He was getting absolutely abused. And partway through the third quarter, like they got that touchdown, and it was a game, and they were marching. It was just that pick killed it. And but you know what? It was for as much as they didn't put anything on the board in the first half, and they didn't give up a lot either, man. Like it wasn't like they were
No.
down 21-3. Like they battled. I love it. The team's got so much fight in it, and hopefully the distractions go away. And
Yeah.
yeah, it's gonna be a tough year though, right? The schedule gets a lot harder.
Mm-hmm.
First place schedule, and we played really tough out of conference and out of division games. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm happy with it. Last year, I think was a massive success, and I got no complaints other than I don't like losing a Super Bowl, but rather get to the Super Bowl and lose than win 4 games and
Mm-hmm.
then not have any hope. So
Yeah. Well, and I'm trying to remember the game, but a couple things that stuck out to me was, yeah, I just thought there's some coaching stupidity where, like you said, you're in the game, and then they try to like play catch up. It's like, no, just kind of stay in your bubble. You're doing okay. Like you're taking
yeah,
punches. You're not the better team. Take these punches and wait for your chance. And I feel like they just went away from like just keep on punching the ball. That's fine. Like you guys, sure, you're not moving it, but they're not moving it. So,
yeah,
and I felt like things started to unravel when they started to kind of take a few chances. Then they started to chase the game. Then it got really bad.
yeah,
I felt like they
yeah.
could have been a
That
bit
way a
more
little
patient.
bit, but it was
Mm-hmm.
the kind of the same story though. Like we couldn't block them, and then our guys couldn't get open quick. Like we don't have that
Mm-hmm.
alpha receiver still. Still, like the receiver core was solid. Like they're
Mm-hmm.
all depth pieces though, right? Didn't have that guy who
Mm-hmm.
could just look, we have no time here and just going towards the DB. We don't have that guy, and so that's getting AJ would help.
Well, and I thought Ramondre at the start, he was at least one out of every 3 or 4 carries. He was breaking it for 6 or 11 yards. And then they just went away from it. And I
Yeah,
was like, just keep on running the ball and punting. It's fine. And then the other takeaway I had was, I'm gonna die on this hill. Sam Darnold, I mean, great. He's gonna go down. I don't know if he's a Hall of Famer now, but
yeah.
I'm so happy he's done what he's
He's
done.
not a Hall of Famer. Let me stop you right there.
um, I still have this premise of getting rid of him from the Vikings just because he's not the quarterback you need unless you can surround him with a great team like the Seahawks
Yeah.
did. But I think he's just that exact quarterback you saw with the Seahawks. He can get enough done. But the reason I didn't want him the Vikings, and I still will die on this hill, is he almost threw 2 pick sixes at the start of the game. And almost a third pick. Like you guys almost were out ahead. Like how he just
close,
missed
man.
the pick. Oh,
Yeah.
I was like, because I obviously had money on the Patriots. I was like, it was right there. He's giving you the ball over and over. And
But in the very first pass, the one that Jones, when he threw to the tight end, Jones almost got it. As much as it was a great jump and he got there, Darnold puts that ball in a pretty fucking good spot. Like if he puts it here, it's picked. He actually, the DB's coming this way. He put it here.
yeah,
Like so you got to give him credit for that. I think
yeah,
he, I got a lot of respect for him, like for going through what he did and then come back and playing that well and win a Super Bowl. I mean, I was at the Rams game in Seattle, that wild game that went to overtime. And in the third quarter, like people were leaving, and everyone around us was "Fuck Darnold, this sucks. Like, why can't we ever have another quarterback?" On and on and on. And the guy takes me to the Super Bowl. Like, it's
yeah,
good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, no, I think it's great for him.
If I had to lose to anyone, I'm okay at being the Seahawks because that's I like going down and watching games there. And yeah, it was weird though. Like, I'm usually pretty bummed after, but it was kind of like I had in the last hour of the game, you're pretty certain that it's going to be a loss. You just take it well, and everyone was like, "Oh, you're taking this really well." I'm like, well, like the game was over an hour ago, man. Like,
yeah. Well, I think you were just playing with the house money the entire time.
Totally. Totally.
It's just
totally. So we'll go back and win it this year. No big deal.
Yeah. Did you have any other draft before we end with some quick movie hits?
I you know what I think it's just pretty wide open, man. I'm
Yeah.
excited to see it. There's a few guys that I want. I'd love um the kid from was it Malachi Lawrence? He's a small school end. I'd love to see the Patriots get him.
Hmm.
Um, it seems like every year, and this is if you look at the guy that Seattle got last year, Denver's done it, and one other team. It's like every year, every 2 years, there's an interior lineman, just a big old country boy with like a mullet that comes out of college
Hmm.
and turns to a stud. So I'm like, hey, let's find that guy. I don't know
Yeah.
where he is. Like if you look literally, if you look, it's like a few years in a row now that it always happens, and the
Hmm.
guy kind of gets known because he's a bit of a character. And
Hmm.
last year, I mean, he wasn't as much of a mullet, but the big guy from it was like North Dakota or whatever, and the Seahawks took
Yeah.
him.
Went to Seahawks. Hmm.
The Denver dude, the guard, is a stud. So I'm like, let's find that guy.
Yeah.
Let's just find like a big hillbilly from somewhere that just likes to just mow people down and find him in the fourth round and see what happens.
That's
Just I don't
fair.
know, a little trend. It seems like there's one a year, so we got to find him.
Yeah. I also felt like the news cycle of the NFL, like it's been oddly quiet the last month before this Russini stuff. I feel like the NFL is always front and center no matter what. Like they're announcing
Totally.
schedules, and it's just
Yeah.
been weird. Maybe because I'm not in the U.S. anymore, but I just haven't felt like it's been. Yeah, like the draft. How long until the draft?
Next week, next Thursday.
The draft's next Thursday.
Yes.
Jesus Christ!
Yes. Yeah. I actually listened to the McShay pod this morning when I was out with the dog, and they were talking about Arvell Reese and David Bailey from Tech
Mhm.
going on 2 or 3 to the Jets and
Yeah,
then the
I
Cardinals.
know.
And I'm just like, I got to say this to Fraser. You want to know
Mm.
which one of those two is going to be the better player? I can tell you right now.
The one that doesn't go to the Jets.
Bingo.
Yeah.
It's almost a
Yeah.
guarantee. It's
Uh,
almost like as soon as that draft happens, there's got to be a way that we can bet that. Be like most career sacks or longest most career games played or money. Like somehow we just have to bet it. Whichever one of
yeah.
those two, because they're kind of they're both like freak athletes, but they're kind of a little bit different. And it's like which one's going to be better? The one that doesn't go to the Jets.
Damn! I've been bummed. We should have done a draft spectacular. I didn't even think about this. I'm just off the grid.
Yeah, literally
Ah,
next week.
maybe we can knock one out on. We can do a mock draft on Monday, but or Tuesday.
Never know. It's hard
Damn.
this year though. Like it's
Yeah.
literally it's kind of there's not that you know everyone knows who number one is, and then it's kind of a mixed bag. You know what
Oh
another
my boy.
draft like don't I know it's people don't ever want to take a running back early. Teams are going to regret passing on Love if they let him get down to like 7, 8, 9. Teams are going to regret it. That kid is really good. Like
He had the
he's
best run
going
I've
to
ever
be better than
seen.
Gibbs. He's going to be like CMC, right? Like would you if you go back now and would you not take CMC in the top 5? Of course you would. So
The that run he had 2 years ago was the greatest run I've seen in college football. It was maybe
insane.
outside of Reggie Bush had some good ones, but
Yeah.
he was just
Yeah.
mowing. He mowed like 4 people over. It was
Totally.
ridiculous.
Totally.
Was it in the semifinal or the national championship?
Yes, against Penn State.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
It
was
was a goal line run. It was unbelievable. He's
Mhm.
so good. I just think, like, if you're the Titans, just take him. I know you have other needs,
Mhm.
but they spent a ton of money in free agency and kind of built their roster up. You got a good young quarterback. It looks like
Yeah,
you got a couple pieces at receiver. Just take them and
yeah.
and then do whatever you can. Whether it be like look for guys that get cut or pick 3 linemen in the draft and hopefully one pays out the rest of the way. But like take him.
Mhm.
Just
Yeah.
don't sit and wait.
I like him to the Titans.
Right? Just
Where? Yeah. What about my boy Ty Simpson? Where's he going?
there's not a lot
And
of
when?
buzz. Dude. Like there's just not a lot of buzz. I would have thought like before they made that trade with the Chiefs with the Rams late second pick that they would just take him
Mhm.
and just because sit for a year behind Stafford and then see what happens. But
Yeah.
I don't know. He seems like someone's going to have to trade back into the second or kind of into the late first to get him. And but any team that sucks, that like this quarterback draft next year is so hyped that if you're like the Jets or Arizona, like you don't want to really take one this year.
Mhm.
But is that a good plan? You know what I mean?
No.
Like, no, we'll get one next year. Well, fuck. What if you don't? What if you?
Yeah.
strike lightning in a bottle and you win 7 games, and now you're not even picking in the top 10. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I always liked him going kind of late first for a team that, just like you said, like even the Vikings take him. That's who I want. Goes against everything I believe in.
You can't.
But like we talked about earlier, they're out on JJ. Like you don't go see other people and then come back to your ex or the girl you're dating. It's just
true. Unless you've never seen, but low.
Yeah.
I got a bold prediction for Ty Simpson. Haven't anyone else mentioned it? What about the Steelers?
We talk about this all the time. The Steelers are the weirdest and one of the best functional teams in the world for like any franchise, like in terms of just, they're always in it. They're always do well, whatever it is. And their quarterback stuff since Ben has been so weird.
So weird. Like, what if they did? Okay, because what are they picking around 20? I think.
Yeah. No.
Why not?
I agree. Mm-hmm.
And also, I know, of course, he hasn't announced it yet because he's always got to be fucking the drama queen. But I hope the NFL has just been like, they should have called the Steelers. But okay, tell us the deal here. We're working on our schedule. If you have Aaron Rodgers, we can't put you on television. His games are unwatchable. He sucks. He had a great career. He was one of the best to ever do it. He's amazing. He sucks. Stop it. Please stop with the 5 primetime games if he's on that team. We can't.
Yeah.
He's no good. He's done.
No. Did his wife has that ever been? I gotta pull this up on Gemini. Remember, is he married? Whatever happened there?
He got married. He admitted that, but no one's seen her or anything like that.
Maybe he's, which is totally fine. Maybe he's gay. He's progressively gone. I'm gonna double down on this. Yeah, nothing wrong with being gay. He's progressively gone from like the hottest chick, to like more and more ugly women, and I think that one girl kind of looks like a boy, and I think she ruined one of my favorite books of all time.
Which one?
The book it's like it's like the end of the world type book.
Yeah.
What's Shailene Woodley?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like the guy in it, he's an attractive dude in the book I'm thinking of, the movie. It was kind of like the Hunger Games, but it's just I read the books. The books are incredible. I like the books more than the Hunger Games. And then they cast, and the guy was a good guy, and then it was Shailene Woodley. And I'm like, this ugly, like, not like you have to be good looking, but it's just like we could have done a bit better. Like,
of course, Shailene's just taking all sorts of fire right here for the moment.
Oh yeah, but back to Rogers. He's gone from like the top.
Her. Like I remember when he was on McAfee talking about getting married. I'm pretty sure he said her.
But what do we know about Aaron? Her, like he's very politically correct. Like he wouldn't dead name the guy. Which if you called him, that'd be dead name. He's got to go with her. Apparently, she's only known as Brittany, spelled with an I. So.
Well, how else would you spell fucking Brittany?
EY is typically the common way.
Well, like at the end, but I'm talking about the first I.
Oh yeah, no, the first and an I at the end. Yeah. That's like the slutty way to do a Brittany.
Either way, you're gonna take shots at her. I like this. Or him.
Yeah. Olivia Munn obviously was the top. Danica Patrick, who I've seen twice in a row.
Yeah.
Or 2 times, sorry, not twice in a row. Every time, she's like attractive-ish on TV. In person, she is like stunning.
Yeah.
Which normally goes the opposite. Like in person, I was like, oh my God, like she's like she's pretty on TV, but it was more like she's on TV and she's a car racer, so she's pretty. But actually, in person, wow.
Yeah, impressive. So that reminded me of something we haven't touched on yet that we have to. Because when I think of Dianna Patrick, I think of like a badass female driver. So here's what Tiger should do and should have done years ago. Go find like 2 most beautiful women you could find. Send them to professional driver school. Send them to Danica Patrick or wherever. And just learn to just be badass drivers. Tell them, okay, you can each go pick out like 4 vehicles that you want, and we'll keep them all in the garage. But one of you always needs to be here, and you're my drivers. And then you just have like, eye candy everywhere you go, and you don't have to drive because you're clearly a fucking fiend, and you should not be behind the wheel of a vehicle. And you have all the money in the world. Why are we not doing this? Pay them each $250,000 a year. Here's your salary. What a great setup. Like, how is he not, like, why do we have to think of these things for him? Like, this should have happened 10 years ago.
Yeah. And
Wouldn't that be awesome?
we've talked about this for 20 years about athletes getting DUIs and crashes. Like, I hate driving in general. Like, you can pay me to want to drive. Like, I would have a driver now if I could. Like, I would never be driving.
That'd be amazing, though. Like, if you had his money, why would you not do that?
I agree.
And just be like, and then you don't even have to worry about vehicles. But here, here you go. Here's the dealership's name. Go whatever vehicle you want to go get. Like, I don't want to ride the same thing all the time. But you pick what we're going in. Or if I feel like it, I'll just text you and be like, hey, we're leaving. I'm going to the fucking gym. Get the Benz. And then absolute dime drives you everywhere you go. Like, and then when she goes on holidays, you've got another one ready. Like, this is
You could have 10 of them if you wanted, to be honest. And they
just have just a separate residence on the property where they just live, and all the vehicles are sitting there, and then they just pick them up. And like, why he keeps driving is fucking baffling to me. But did you see the video though? That was quite a flex to the cop when he's on the phone and he's like, just talking to the president.
Yeah.
The absolute flex that was.
It's like, it's crazy that we see him and just, I don't know, like, although you can have all the money in the world and everything in the world, but still just off the deep end.
Still and the weird thing is, in the back of a cop car.
Exactly. The memes that come out in the last 2 weeks have been between Trump, Jesus, and Tiger, and then something else I'm forgetting. It's been incredible.
Rainbow Russini, the Coldplay one.
That
was hilarious.
Thank you. I was hoping it would have gone viral, but it didn't. I should.
Yeah. Those poor fuckers from the Coldplay thing. They're just like, oh, just when we thought this was over, they brought it back in.
Forever. But Russini needs to go on like Bleacher Report or no, what's Barstool? Like
Barstool.
She lands a contract in Barstool, surely.
Yeah, for sure. And then her and Gruden can do a podcast together, and it would be legendary because Gruden is awesome.
I guess this has been a couple hour podcast. I was going to get into movies, but it's like, we can always do that some other time.
Plus, I can't remember the last time I watched a movie.
I was going to tell you the worst movies I've ever watched because I just watched one recently.
Yeah.
Worst movies. What comes to your mind? So I've got Pineapple Express, Forgetting Sarah Marshall, the Star Wars one with the drones, like with the miso. Sorry, that guy. That one was terrible.
It's still a Star Wars movie.
That's still terrible. All the other ones are fine.
Yeah.
And then there's a movie called Animal or Beast. Oh, I didn't watch Ali. Bad though.
So when Will Smith, and I nothing against Will Smith, I like a lot of his stuff. When he did Ali, I fell asleep in the theater, and then when I woke up, I tried it again for like 5 minutes, and then I just walked out. I'm just like, I can't. This is the worst movie I've ever seen.
I think actually I did watch Ali, and I didn't get through it because it was definitely I feel like Ali is such a hard person to mimic, and I felt like it was like overacting Ali, and all I saw was Will Smith doing Ali impersonation.
No good. You put an Ali like a documentary on right now, I will watch it. I love all the footage of him. Like it was so fascinating, but that was so bad. I literally I fell asleep, and then I just got up and I'm like, I'm leaving. I can't do it. This is horrible.
There's the only movie I've ever fallen asleep in my entire life. It was a robot movie 30 years ago, 20 years ago, and it was with the kid from The Sixth Sense. I forget what it was called, but it was terrible as well.
Terrible.
That movie. And then most recently, worst movie, 1 Mile it's called, led by Ryan Phillippe, early 2000s heartthrob. Really never known for acting.
Yeah.
So it's not like we were watching for acting. But basically, he's ex-military. His acting's terrible. They rape his daughter, and like they're in a convent on an island, or they're trying to rape the daughter. He kills 6 guys, and try and find, and they're like enslaving women on this island, and he finds this out. It's already the worst movie of all time, and he rescues the daughter from this, and he maybe blows up the husband or their leader of the cult, but we find out at the end the guy doesn't die, But Ryan Phillippe takes off this cult where he knows other people are enslaved, other women are enslaved, and the movie ends.
Yeah.
And it's like you didn't want to like tell the cops about the island or like anyone.
No.
It was very bizarre. And the daughter wanted to go to an art school, and it gets worse, by the way. I'll try not to bore you. The daughter, it ends with her going. They went to go to this. They could end up getting enslaved because they were in like wherever, and they're on the way to this art school that the daughter wanted to go to, and she makes it their art school, and that's how it kind of ends. As they go to this art school, and it's a giant campus, it's beautiful, but it's very odd because of the liberal time we live in. To put a bow on how we go anti what Trump's doing or whatever. There's 2 gay flags hanging outside the art school. Just like the only flags in the whole thing. It was like they wanted to like show like gay pride and stuff, which is fine if that's what you want to do, but just like why it was forced into it, which we feel like there's been a lot of forced things, which is fine. But I thought it was almost anti-gay. It was like, oh, she's going to an art school, so it has to be homosexuals? Like, why is that a thing? Like, I thought it was very weird. Like, oh, it's an art school. Like, let's make sure we know that they're gay. Anyway,
it sounds like
that was right.
For sure.
But wait, they had the fucking gall. The gall, I'm gonna use the term, like suds. They made it a 2-parter. So now I've sat through this shithole movie. It's not done. It's not done. They go back to where the guy, the cult leader who didn't die, re-kidnaps the daughter and is back on the island. The island that they didn't want to report sex slavery to in the beginning. They just rescue the daughter and let's go on with our lives, and it's fine. So, worst movie of all time, 1 Mile.
Yeah, for you folks who made it to the end and made it through that story, thank you.
Yeah,
but
sorry,
I'm going to talk to our editing people and just go and cut that out because
sorry, it's a terrible movie. So
terrible movie.
I just want to make sure you never watched it. Yeah.
Before we go, what's the wager? We got your dad's Flyers, Fraser's Penguins. Ooh. What's the wager? They meeting in the first round.
I can tell you I have not watched hockey, but
I know, but
still,
it's the Penguins and the Flyers. You guys got to have a bet.
We got it. Are the Bruins in the playoffs?
Yes, hell yeah.
Okay, all right.
Playing the Sabres.
Okay. Wow.
Sabres haven't been there like 20 years.
I was going to say, did they knock out the Canadians?
No, Habs are in too. It starts Saturday. Those last games were last night, so it starts Saturday, I believe. Yeah,
I'll have to text Pops and get a little wager going.
Yeah, you guys got
it. And one last sports thing, a little nugget I can do as a clip. The UFC, how I meant to put this on the FIFA and Costa Sports, all these kind of things. I'm shocked the UFC, like Saudi Arabia, hasn't made a live golf, but the UFC version, because they're all just kind of guns for hire. It's not like they're in long-term NFL contracts.
Yeah.
And how I think it's all out how what's Dana White doesn't pay, he takes 80%. Like the NFL has a revenue share with players, NBA revenue share, everyone else. The UFC is like, here's your $1 million. I'm making 90 on this fight, whatever it is.
Right.
So I'm shocked. Keep in mind, there's got to be the live golf, but for UFC coming.
Well,
because what's her name just said it. Yeah, live golf, not so good. But Ronda Rousey just went off on Dana White and some others about how I think it just takes some main heads to be like, we're not fighting with him anymore because he's not paying us anything. So
yeah, I think there has been a few that have tried, but it's just he's gotten so big, man. It's tough.
Yeah, exactly. It is the big one, and now he's on all these Netflixes and Prime and stuff.
And are they actually Are they actually fighting at the White House? Does that actually happen?
It's a true thing. Yeah. Which,
what a side show. What a side
interesting.
Awesome.
Well, that puts a nice little bow on it. Hopefully, you can edit these all right after the power went out, and then we have dogs, and we have Lukai. But
that's great.
Fraser podcast, Uncle Blaiso. Talk to you guys.
Good luck
sooner than later this time. Yeah. Good luck, everyone.
Dylan Thieneman for Fraser.
Here we go.